Great person and a great example of a leader and somebody that puts others first. Um, just like even this season is a tribute to that. Just having stuff going on off the field, and his leadership and coaching ability never wavered. He never missed anything. He was always there, always on the sidelines, and his attitude never changed when he stepped in the office. So being able to just show his leadership to us, it definitely is something that I try to model myself after.
Good luck on Thursday.
Thank you.
He's kind of praised you because you knew right away that you were going to stay, and everyone else rallied around you when you made that decision. Why did you make that decision so early?
What do you mean?
To stay.
Like at K-State?
Yeah, when you could have.
I mean, this is home to me, and I think it just has to go to fan support. These people at Kansas State, the fans care about me. They believe in me, and they really rally around guys. And being a Kansas kid, I still feel like there's still stuff left to prove here at Kansas State. I think we can be a really talented team and a Big 12 champions. I feel like in the future we could play for a Big 12 championship and win it, and then play in the college football playoffs. So it's just a lot of unfinished business here at Kansas State, and really just the people, the coaches, strength staffs, all the support staff. They really teach you and mold you into a better man. And this is just a place I wanted to be. I don't really know how to put it into words, but I didn't really want to be anywhere else.
In this era of college football, everyone always has other options, so some of your teammates could have as well. How much of a factor did you play in trying to keep them all here?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I played a factor, but it was also one of those things where it's like, if you want to be here, then stay. If you don't want to be here, then we'll find somebody that does want to be here. And I think that's the biggest thing nowadays. Like with college football and the landscape, the grass isn't always greener somewhere else. I know there's probably tampering going on everywhere, where people try to get people into the portal to go other places. But at the end of the day, wherever you're at, the work's still the work. You got to put the work in. You got to love the game, and eventually it'll reward you. So, I mean, yeah, obviously we want all the talented players and things to be here, but if you don't really want to be here and you're not here for the right reasons, then we're better off without you.
Back to the on-field stuff, how much growth can you make as a quarterback in this 2 or 3 week build-up to a bowl game?
Yeah, I feel like the biggest thing is like being able to look back on 12 games and really, depict those things I really need to work on. I got an early off season I got 2-3 weeks to try to patch some of those things up, and obviously in 2 to 3 weeks it's not going to be perfect, but really being able to look at 12, 13 games at the end of the season and being able to say, okay, these are the things I want to get better at as a passer, and actually have film of however many throws I've had this year, 300, wherever it's at, and be able to say, okay, these are the throws I missed. Why did I miss it? Was it a base thing? Was it an arm thing? Was it just a bad throw? Being able to have things like that and being able to actually have tape where I can look back and fix those things is definitely a positive.
A year ago, you were in the same position about to start a bowl game. Where are you the most different from that point?
I feel like the biggest thing is just I don't even know the word. Being familiarity. How do you say it? Familiarity with the offense, and just comfort. And I feel like a lot of things just I have 12 more games under my belt, so just I wouldn't say I'm like veteran, but just the experience I guess I've been able to have throughout the 12 games. I'm a more experienced quarterback. I've been in different situations, seen different looks, have way more live game reps at the quarterback position. So I definitely just say a year of experience is the biggest positive for me from this year to last year.
Along with that, Avery, where has the game most slowed down for you in the last year?
Say pre-snap, just being able to, with my preparation throughout the week, being able to, ID different coverages and pressures, and being able to know, what's going on pre-snap. I'm definitely way more familiar with, what guys, what teams are doing, are trying to do pre-snap. So definitely that, and then whenever your nails pre-snap, it just slows the game down when the ball is snapped. So
what's that next step of something to slow down? What does that need to be?
I think the biggest thing is probably just from signal to everything. Pre-snap is so important, And I would say probably just pre-snap operations and not having any, faults there, and not missing any motions or having guys in the wrong positions or things like that. Just being able to know the offense so well that nothing comes up as a surprise in the game. And then obviously, like, when you go into each game, even with Rutgers, we got 12 games to watch of them. They're still going to give us something new come this Thursday. So just knowing that and falling back on your rules and principles and not getting so caught up in what they're doing, but what do we do and what are we doing. So
if you had a do-over, or if you had a regret from this year, what would that be?
Probably just losing games. I mean, I don't like to lose. I feel like probably the biggest thing is, if I could have any of the losses that we've had back, it would probably just be the BYU game. And I feel like I failed my team as a leader that game and didn't step up when I needed to and be as vocal as I should have been. And obviously my game translated that, and I did some stuff that was just uncharacteristic of myself and try to force and press things that normally I really don't do in situations like that. But I definitely think that game was essential. I wouldn't say I would have regretted and won it back, because I think that game was essential for my growth, and it only helped me. Yeah.
So you know what a segue is? Because that's the perfect segue into what leadership meant to you a year ago and what leadership means to you now. And the reason I ask that is I can think of one time in particular this year where you piped up on the sidelines. Not that you yelled or screamed, but how are you different as a leader, and how do you need to continue to grow as a leader?
Yeah, I think just me being vocal is the biggest thing, and I know exactly what you're talking about. It was against Arizona State, and I feel like if I had that experience, that BYU experience a year before, then I would have said something in week 4 of the season, and it wouldn't have taken until week 8 or 9 or whatever we played Arizona State. So just being able to just be more comfortable, and I think the biggest thing is just understanding that these guys, they trust me and they believe in me, and that my voice and my body language and stuff I do on the sidelines really affects everybody around me. So being able to be level-headed and always be clear-minded and not let things, get me off my game or affect me definitely goes a long way in these games.
It's become more important for you to be more vocal. If you have to get in somebody's ear hole or get the offensive line or the offense together, you feel like you have to do more of that.
For sure, and even in the off season, I was more the leader that would pull a guy aside, and I'm still that way. Like if somebody messes something up, I'm not really a big physical error. Like if you drop a pass, I'm not gonna go scream at you for dropping a pass. I'm gonna make a bad throw. That doesn't really bother me. It's the things that if we just coached you up about something, or I just told you to do something, and then you don't do it the right way, then it's more of a mental thing to me. So I've never really been a big yeller and screamer, but some things you have to come across that way to get the point across and really get the team to buy into what you're doing, so that I only want in what's best interest of the team. If I tell a guy to do something this way, it's because that's the way I'm coached to do it, and I want to be on the same page. Like if I tell a receiver to do this, that's the way I was coached to do it, and I want to be on the same page with you in the game, so we don't have the things where it looks like I'm throwing it to one spot and the guy's running to another. So that's just the biggest thing to me. I wish I would have done that more in the off season and led that way, because I definitely think it would have translated earlier in the season.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Is there a player in the past few weeks that may have not helped you guys out a ton this year, and you're like, he's got the juice to help us out a lot this upcoming season or next season?
Yeah, and I think just the absence of DJ Giddens, him entering the draft, I think Joe has done a really good job of picking up where DJ has left off. And I mean, yeah, we use Dylan a lot this year, but I think Dylan's going to be another guy to watch out for, man. He's so explosive with the ball in his hands. He's such a talented player, and we the biggest thing is we ask him to do a lot of things, and he never complains. He's always on point with it, and he's getting thrown around in a lot of different ways in the offense, and he's picked up on it and done a really good job in this bowl prep. So really excited for him, because he's a hard worker, and he deserves every bit of it.
Thanks, Avery.